Welcome back to Steel City Drones. Today, we're talking maintenance for the MATRICE 350 and an essential tool that's really needed to be able to perform maintenance on the 350. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, why aren't you talking about the 300 when the 300 and 350 are so similar? So when the 300 came out, they used to include one of these little styrofoam foam. They called it the service cradle that would go right on top of the aircraft like this, and it would protect the upper beacon from getting pressed in when we put this upside down like this to be able to work on. Gives us a very nice solid base that's level and stabilized when we need to change out the props, work on the motors, retorque our fasteners, install a dual gimbal mount, or clean the fans, or any other routine maintenance that we've needed to be able to do. So when the 300 came out, that was all great. In fact, many people didn't even realize on the 300 that they made this. And because this was actually put embedded into that case like this, and it was so well form fitted that most people, when they threw away their stock case and got a better case, they threw away this as well. So we were lucky enough to pay attention to that and know that they have this here as a service cradle. So when the 350 came out last year, DJI stopped including it. So that meant a real problem because let's try, if you can see, you have one of two ways to be able to work on the 350 for maintenance. One, you don't use anything, and now you can see just trying to work on the 350, you can see it's not level, it's not stable, and when you're going ahead and working on something, it's really easy to damage that beacon light and press that into the aircraft inside it. Then it makes the aircraft not airworthy right now, having that little light float a lot inside with all those electronics and then not having an upper beacon light working. We've seen several customers have that happen to them. Or if you go ahead and use this on the stock case and put it back in here, they actually have this foam right here is form fitted so that it fits in there without damaging it. But as you can imagine, there's no way, if you have to have all of your booms opened up like this to be able to go ahead and perform maintenance on it, you're not going to be able to do that in the stock case. This is only if the booms are properly and the props are all folded inside here. So it makes that very, very difficult to be able to work on the aircraft and perform maintenance the proper way. So ever since we noticed that DJI stopped including this with the 350s, then we started doing our own fabrication and using some of our very top-notch fabricators that work with us on some of the other things that we develop, and we were able to get a 3D print model of this done. However, the amount of time that's involved into printing this is actually more than anybody would actually think about. And even after looking and talking to several different 3D printer and fabricators out there, the best we could get was $185 for one of these things. Again, we never even wanted to have that as an option for anybody because $185 is not acceptable to our standards. So finally, we were able to find a really, really good source and were able to print us 50 of these things for a cost of $19.99. So what this is right here is our duplicate. This is our new version of this. And you can see side by side, they are identical. They are both form fitted, that's the tricky part to this. It's extremely light. And then you can, if you're using an aftermarket case, which we highly recommend, you can keep this right on top of the aircraft and it's right there. So now we're also going to do something very special for all of our existing customers. So if you have purchased an M350 from us, we will include this for you and send this to you for no cost. And for anybody who doesn't, we are still going to be able to sell this to you at a very affordable cost. So that's where we are with this. So if you're interested in them, we're going to have this up on our website. Give us a call. We'll be glad to get you squared away with these as soon as possible. So thanks again for watching. I hope this helps, and we'll talk to you soon.